will see object identifier, something related to dates, okay, and tables.
One doubt. Object number, right? Salary one.
Yes.
I'm unable to that amount is not displaying on my screen. What is the issue on that?
Yeah. Okay. Did you have my code, right? Did you try that one?
Yes, I pasted the code same, but it is not visible on the screen, the amount and the USD or something.
Okay. Let me just check once the this one model, JSON model.
Yeah, model have the salary is there, model.
Okay, currency is also there.
Yeah, currency also is there.
Okay, fine. Then share your screen once.
Sure. The salary amount is not showing here. I added this code.
Okay. I can see your screen.
Oh, I'm sharing.
Yeah, you're sharing. I can see it. Lower brackets, part. Okay.
The JSON.
Okay. Fine. Can you run the output?
I run this one.
It is coming blank. Can you go to this one? Okay. Number ID. I see there are double quotes.
Double quotes. This one?
See the unit, yeah, put it in single quote. Yeah, and make sure. See the after format options, okay, the unit will be unit one.
Double quotes means this one only.
Single quotes, double quotes might be an issue.
Shall I change it to double quotes for this all?
One. Just in the file. Just I'm pasting my code. Just try to do the same thing once again. Okay, maybe the ID. I'm pasting once again. You just comment your code for the moment. Put in comments. Go to your code.
Any libraries to be downloaded for this?
No, this is SAP.m.
It is the
SAP.m is there by default.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will take it separately. Okay, we'll see it separately. What about rest? Are you facing the same issue or?
For me, it is working.
I need to check it separately. So something small change might be there, which might be causing an issue. Okay, so I need to look it into carefully why it is causing issue.
Okay, you can continue this.
So we have used format measures. Okay, here we can also do some changes. Okay, so when I run this out, okay, let me share my screen. Review it. Background also. Okay, so we'll add a field age date of birth in the code. Yeah. Label ID equal to ID will be DOP. Text equal to date of birth. And then we'll use input ID equal to ID. I need a value for this, right? To print it. That will put it in blank at the moment. Let me put here. And let me go to the model. So if I say here straight away this will be okay. So you get it like this, but I don't want like this. Okay, so I want something different. Okay, so I want it like 20 November 24th 2000. I would like to have the date in that format. Okay, so in this case, okay, I can't use this directly, so I will use a model. Okay, and I will give it a path. Okay, and the path is nothing but this one. Okay, I've given the path, and then I will give the type now. Okay. Type we use the model type as a date. Okay, so I'll say SAP dot UI dot model dot type dot date. Okay, and here I can use the thing called let's see, okay, format options. Okay, it has two attributes here, format options for date. Okay, one is the source. Okay, and we need to give the pattern. Okay, the pattern, one is source and the other is the style. Okay. The source here will be what's the pattern which is coming. Okay, you are giving y hyphen hyphen dd. We are giving this pattern. Okay, so and then put style as medium. Okay, you will get the date in this part. 24th November 2000. But put small. I think the output, this one is not small, so it is not coming.
All these options, format options, source, where we can find in SAP UI site only?
Yeah, we can find it in SAP Fiori site itself. Yeah, I have put more SAP data I have shown you, right? Let me show you once again.
Okay, input.
SAP dot
Oh,
UI dot model
like that. Okay. I just typing input. UI.
So I go for date. By the way, I can do.
For this syntax, right? Will
Yeah.
there be anywhere example in that SAP UFI
Yeah,
site,
it will be there. It will be there. It will be there.
like what we have used just now, like this
Yes.
flower bracket source?
Yeah, it will be there. Example will be there. Check this one. Still, it is not as expected. I'm not getting. There's some change, but it's there in the examples as well. I will show you. Okay, they have used for the weight and the price, they have used a pattern. Okay, if you see the code, you see object number.
Path and path format, format options sitting down.
Yeah, format options show measure points. Okay, and you can see unit currency code.
Mhm.
So we have discussed object identifier as well. Okay, so that can be used like this. Okay. I didn't get it as expected. Okay, I expected like November 23rd, and then this one, but the style has a little bit changed. Okay.
And what are the different styles we have, Vijay? Like how?
We usually go with medium to get the things,
Okay.
but we can explore it.
You're getting source as a blue color, so maybe the flower bucket after the semicolon, the space. I'm getting right format like November.
You're getting right format, huh?
Yeah,
No, maybe some
space after
source.
source before space. Why it is blue color? Like my I'm getting is a red only source.
Yeah, so
Format also blue color is coming for you. Format options.
Any quotes is missing? Quotes.
Type
might be somewhere.
value input ID.
Any quote or single quote, double quote, right?
Yeah, double code or single code. No. What is there?
Single quote only.
Some details. SAP UI model update. What options? Why it is in blue color? There is a flower bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so little bit the changing of the things it has worked. Okay, so let me say control yes. Strange. Okay, let me see. Let me check the version of my application. I'm using 1.02. What version are you using?
Mine, where I can see the version.
Manifest.json in SAP.UI.
Okay. SAP UI by version.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm missing one thing.
1.125.1.
Okay, fine. Okay, let me go to intro source. Okay, in the source, again, I think I have this. Okay, this should be the pattern. Okay, this should be pattern. And the pattern should be ended here. Okay, and the style will be, yeah, I think now it is good. Format options, source. This is the starting one. This should be the ending one. Yes, I have pattern duties, style file. It should be like this. Okay, let me check once again. No, something wrong. It should come like November 24th, 2000. Okay, I don't know why, but I need to check. Okay, but see the styles of there are 4 types of styles. One is short, one is medium, one is long, and another is full. Okay, so if I try to change to short, Okay, I will get in the short format 24/11/2000. Okay, so if I say here log, okay, you will get it in the log format.
Okay, one doubt here.
Yeah.
Jay. If you go to our JSON, person.json, so their date format actually coming through SAP as like YYYDDD, sorry, YYY. So how we can change that format? I mean, pattern we have to change. This pattern is not
Yeah,
SAP format, right?
I'm giving in this format. Okay, so if you are giving in this slash, then you need to give here in slash.
No, usually SAP will not send like like that. It will come.
Yeah. You can put it like this and see.
No, the data only. I'm saying that the JSON format.
In the JSON you want.
Yeah, in the JSON only, there is no hyphens. Okay, yeah, no hyphens, no hyphens. It's a flat like YYY.
Okay, now I understood. So let me check whether it comes or not. Otherwise, we'll check the other thing as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Everything is.
It is not taking any of these things. Okay. Let me put it on the original thing.
I mean, it is working or not?
No, it's not working. Okay. I don't know. Maybe the browser or. Okay. I need to check once. Okay. But this is the correct one. Okay.
Okay.
So if you are getting in the correct way, then okay. But in my browser, I don't know why I'm getting. Okay. This full it will come Friday, 24th November 2000. Okay. So I'll put it here. And the font style is in short, medium, full, or long. Okay, you can use these styles. Okay, so any questions here?
Here you mentioned like style full, right?
Yeah.
So is it available in the UI or it's just we have to?
It's available because you can see that when I'm changing this styles accordingly, the output is getting changed, right?
By default, the F4 option will not enable for this date field.
I haven't used date UI field. I have used input.
Okay.
You can use the date field as well. Okay. SAP is not recommending to use the date in the input field. Okay. For your convenience, I just put it for the input. Okay. There is an date field as well. You can use that. Okay. Clear? Shall we go to the next topic? Okay, you can use object identifier as well to put what the values will be the same. Okay, inside it. Let me go to W3 schools. Okay, let's see table. Okay, so output you see company, contact, country. Okay, you can see the company list, contact list, and the countries. Okay, so if I click on this one, you will see in the tabular format, like table row and table columns. Okay, so you can now clearly see the border. Okay, so how to create a table? Okay. So if you want to create a table, first the tag is table /table. What does table have? Table headings, right? So you can have table headings. The table headings are represented with the TH. Okay, the table has a table row. TR represents table row. In this, how many columns you want? Suppose TH is a table heading. Okay, slash TH. Okay, I'll say here. Okay, you see, TH has come in. Look, header, TH header, table header. Table header will be in little bit bold. Okay, so like if you want to introduce more columns, then we'll say TH column 2 slash TH. Okay. You see, there are 2 columns. If you want 3 columns, you can write it TH column 3 slash TH. Okay. Fine, you have 3 columns. Okay, and now we want to have data. Okay. So if you want to data, you need to again create a table row slash tr. tr is a table row, and with this we have td, table data. Okay, let me show you how it comes. Okay, without data it doesn't show anything. Okay, so even though I've created here, it doesn't work. So I say td. Yeah, I say column call 1 data 1. Okay, you see the first column. Okay, likewise, we can say call 2 data 1. Okay, likewise, another cell, I say call 3 data 1. Fine. So you got the columns with the data. Suppose if you want to introduce again a table row, then you need to use dr slash dr. Okay. In this, we need to introduce table data. And I will say data 2. Okay. Now if I say that, you see, it has come. Okay. I want little bit border to be little bit bigger. Okay. The table has a property called border. Equal to type. Okay. See, border has come as 5. Let me I'm removing the styles. Okay. This is how it looks without styles. Okay. So you can see I given border 5. Okay. And you can see how the table columns and thing has been separated. Okay. You can merge the cells. Okay. You can use call span, row span. You can merge 2 rows. You can merge 2 cells. Okay. You can do so many things in HTML. But the point here is in HTML, how the table looks is the concept which I have told you. Okay. So we will be using the same concept in the UI file, but using the API of SAP UI.table. or SAP.m.table. Okay, so SAP.m table is for desktop table. Sorry, it is mainly used for all the devices: desktop, laptop, mobile, and smartphone. Okay, tab. Okay, but SAP.UI table is mainly used for desktop table, desktop, not for mobile or laptop. Sorry, mobile or tab. Okay, clear here so far till here? Okay, so if it is fine, so let me go to the example, go to the UI. Okay. And let me tell you how to create a table. Okay. So I will create a table down. Okay. I will see first SAP.m table. Okay. So to create a table, I use table ID equal to ID TBM, table for mobile. Okay. And then slash table. Okay. What does a table have? It has columns and rows, right? So we need to define the columns. Okay, so here the columns comes as an aggregation, not an UI element. Okay, so let me take you to SAP.yam table. Okay. So what does it say? SAP M table provides a set of sophisticated and easy to use functions for respective table design. Okay. SAP M table has columns aggregation. Okay. And this column aggregation should match to the cells. Okay. Of what? They are saying here column list item. Here we can treat that as a row, a table row. Okay. So SAP M table requires at least one visible column. Okay. Without one column, we cannot get the output. Okay. It is having an aggregation called columns, they are saying, right? So if you go to the aggregations, you see these are the columns. And you can see that columns are small letter. What does this aggregation contains? It has a cardinality of 0 to n. It can have no columns or n columns. Okay, and this columns collection will hold only column API. Other APIs it will not hold. Okay, so column API comes under SAP.m.column. Okay, so since it is an aggregation, okay, we will be using with the small letter columns in our code. Okay, so here I say columns. Okay, it contains a collection of column, SAP.m.column, and it's a new UI element. So UI element will start with capital letter. Aggregation will start with small letter. Okay, so let me put column. Okay, I'll give an ID for this. ID equal to ID. I will try to display product. Okay, PRD. Okay, I'll put CL PRD ID. Okay, fine. This is an SAP.m.column, right? So let me go to the SAP.m column and let me click this one. What does it contain? Okay, so this is a constructor and it creates a new column. Okay, you can have an ID and it has some properties. Okay, so what does this column have? Okay, so it can hold an another UI element. Okay, so using this M settings, we can define the settings of the. You can see there are so many things: merge duplicates, minimum screen width, pop-up. There are so many things. You can have your own style class. Okay, you can have those. Okay, so okay. So in these columns, okay, we can define the label of the column. I'll say label ID equal to ID LB PRT IP. Okay, and I will say text as product ID. Okay, let me save this and let me see the output how it comes. You see, product ID has come in a single row. Okay, fine. Okay, clear with this table ID. A table contains an aggregation called columns, and the columns will contain sap.m.m collection of columns. Okay, in this columns, it can hold the UI elements. Okay, since the columns will be of heading type, right? So we use labels. Okay, likewise, let me put in a different thing. Okay, let me put we want product name. Okay, so I'll put here instead of ID, I'll put name. Okay, I'll put ID as PRT name. Okay. So I'll put, let me save this and let me see the output, how it goes. Okay, now you see, it has come with the two columns and it doesn't have any data. Okay, fine. So let me put another field, price. Okay, so let's see the output now. It should contain now 3 columns. We'll slowly introduce the data. Okay, so you can see that there are 3 columns here. Fine. Now I want, okay, but in order to add this the rows, okay, we need to consider a few more things. Let me go back. Okay. So let me go to aggregation itself. Looking for something called items. Here it is not coming. Okay, but you can see there is something called it is U extends from sap.listBase. Okay, so let me click on this list base. Yeah, you see it uses something called items. Okay, so it can contains 0 items or no items. It's a collection. Okay, and it is based off a type of list base. Okay, sap.m.list item base. Okay, so I will be using these items here as a collection. Okay, so here this items uses a collection of column list item. Okay, that is nothing but the PR. Okay, so it uses an API called sap.m.column list item.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Okay, so because you can see here from the SAP list base, it uses list item base. The list item base can be of column list item as well. Okay. And let me give an ID here. ID is single line one. Okay. So this column list has a collection called cells. Okay. So let me first I will put the data and then the rest. So how many columns we have? 3 columns. So here we define those 3 values. Okay. So I will use here text. Text ID equal to ID tx1. And I'll say here about ID. So text equal to lux. ID is lux. Okay, and again text ID equal to ID tx2. And so text equal to product name lux beauty soap bar. Okay, and last one is price. ID equal to ID txt3. And so text equal to, I say 100. Okay, let me save this. And now you will see the data coming here. Okay, so data will be placed like this. So if you want to have the data, new row data, then we need to repeat this column list because items is a collection of column list. I will just put here underscore 1, underscore 1, underscore 1. I'll say here green is so far. So I think some ID issue. Let me put underscore 1. Control S. Okay, now you see two rows. So if I go on like this, okay, it becomes static one, right? But how do I need to get the data that has already been there in my JSON model? Okay, so if you see one thing, in the controller, we have already defined one model. Yeah. I want to display the table with the key and the city. Okay, so I want to use this model, and I have already defined it as a model in my view, right? So how can I use this one? Okay, so before that, let me tell you about column list item. Okay, so you can see that column list item can be used with cell segregation to create rows for the SAP.yum control. Okay, so it has a columns with and that should match the cell segregation. We have used the cells, right? So if you see aggregation here, you see cells. Okay, it contains SAP Fiori code.control, and every control inside the cell aggregation defines one cell of row. Okay, it should match to the columns aggregation of the table. Okay, so these are the things that are involved in creating a table. Okay, is this clear? No need to write it. Okay, I will share the entire code. Okay. Okay, but I will comment it. Okay, and I will create the same table but with the cities. Okay, so let me copy this. Okay, so what I will do is I will not repeat this one. Okay, we are using aggregation binding or list binding for this. Okay, so let me say here, let me remove one column as well. You should match, right? So I'm removing this as well. Okay, so let me change this to city. City ID, and let me change this to city. Okay, so let me delete this and delete this as well. Control S. Let us see how it comes. Okay, you see city ID, city name with no data. Okay, so I need to do the binding. Okay, so to bind the things, we have something called here items. And we need to put in a model. What is the bindings? What is the model which we are using in the which we have used in the
MCT.
yeah MCT model is MCT, right? So we will use this one. Okay, we'll use the binding in the table. Okay, so once observe this. Okay, once we give that binding, we have 4 cities, right? You'll see 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the data is not coming, right? So because items, this one will repeat that many times. Okay, so here I need to put in a model. Okay, and I have a MCT arrow mark. This is key and C text, C key and C text are the fields. Okay, now you see, I have not written 4 times, but it is because of the binding. Okay, it is come. Okay, so this type of binding is known as aggregation binding or list binding. Okay, so you can see that aggregation binding when we use this aggregation binding, it automatically creates the child controls according to the model data. Okay, whereas property binding like first name, last name, city, we call it as property binding. What does it do? It allows the properties of the control to get automatically initialized and updated from the data model. Okay, it is then automatically initialized, whereas aggregation binding, okay, it automatically creates the child controls. What are the child controls? These are the child controls, column list items. Okay, fine, clear with the property binding and element binding. We already used it here, okay? But I would like to show it how this can be represented in a table. Okay? Clear with it? How to create a very simple table. Okay, so we can do many things with this. Okay, next thing is I will show you. We'll go with to create a new class. Okay, and we will see a URL. It will previously we used to say OData as none. We'll use an URL to get the data. Okay, and how the manifest.json will change. Okay, how the model will be represented in that. What type of model areas it gets assigned by default. Okay, how to create a table using that OData service. Okay, so let's go for a break. Okay, my time is 10:16. Okay, so come back again at 10:26. We'll see the things. Okay, we'll create a new file, new project. Okay, clear? Okay, I will tell you so many things in the table, sap.yum table. Fine. Okay. This one we have used SAP dot. We have used JSON model. Okay, so we'll use directly the OData model to get the data. Okay, fine. Let me put into Windows. Let me go to the controller here. You can have this. So let me take a screenshot and I'll explain a little bit more on that. Okay. Okay, so you can clearly see here with an yellow color. Okay, you can see this is binded. Okay, with the slash and the collection ID. Okay, and we have put model alias. Okay, so these items will be aggregated. Okay, in the corresponding items. Okay, so we have here, I'll take another selection. So you have here C key, and that gets binded to the here. Okay, you have C text, that gets binded to here. Okay, so this one, how many count we have? That much times it gets aggregated. Because you can see it is an array connection. Okay, fine. This type of binding is known as aggregation binding or list binding. Okay, let me give you this. Let me give you this screenshot. Okay, whereas if you see the property binding, let me go to person.json. Okay. So here, you have the entire thing binded. Okay, like you see person details dot fa. Okay, and person details fa. Okay, so let me take a screenshot and view this as well. Yeah. So let me say F1. You can see everything. Okay. So based with the identifier and the particular property. When you directly bind that, this is known as property binding. Okay. But aggregation binding is it aggregates. If you give person details and if you have the list, more list, okay, number of times it has repeated, then the aggregation will take care of the how many times it has to be aggregated. Okay. Yeah, fine. Fine, that's good. Now let me take you something called OData. So now let's go to the OData service via URL. Okay, there's something called a Northwind Gateway Service. Okay, using this gateway service, we can utilize those services and bring the data in our application. Okay, so let's see that what is the Northwind OData service. So far, we are using the JSON model. Okay, but there is something called Northwind Gateway Service. Okay, it comes in version V2 and version V4. Okay, so let's discuss that in detail later. Okay, but you can see that this service has a collections. Okay, it has a collection of categories, it has a collection of customers, it has a collection of employees, order details, orders, products. Okay, so it has that much, this service holds that much of data. Okay, so if you want to know about this OData service, okay, so we can use dollar metadata. So the dollar metadata will help us in understanding the service. It's nothing but the metadata of the service. Okay, so it has entities and entity sets. Okay, what does an entity means? Okay, entity means it describes the structure of the table. Okay, so for example, if you see a customer, entity type customer, name customer, okay, you can see that it has column properties called custom ID, company name, contract title, address, city, region, right? So each property is of what type? Is of string, not string, but EDM.string. What does EDM means? EDM means entity data model. Okay, so in ABAP we have different data types, right? Character, string, integer, double, float, NP, okay, Boolean. We have so many data types. Date, right? Likewise, the entity data model also have different data types. Here we can have string, integer, Boolean, date as well. Okay, fine. So the property is of type string here, customer ID. Okay, and we can see there are n number of properties, and the entity will take at minimum one key. Minimum one key should be there. 1 to n keys. But you cannot have 0 keys. Minimum one key should be defined. Okay, so this entity will help us in knowing the structure of the table. Okay, then it doesn't hold data. Okay, as you know, structure doesn't hold data. But if you want to see the data, then we have something called entity container. Okay, so the entity container contains the entity sets. The entity set is nothing but it's like a table which holds data and the structure. Okay, so you can see, for example, customers. You see, entity set is name is customers, and it holds the data type. It holds the structure customer. That is entity type customer. Okay, so customer is a structure, and customers is nothing but the data that holds the customer details. Clear so far? While dealing OData, we'll see that. But for the moment, are you clear with this? Okay. When I assume this silence is clear for you. Okay, fine. Let me show you another thing. We'll go to service at OData service. Okay, so there are V4, V3, and V2. Okay, so I will go with the read-only thing for the moment. Let me check here. Yeah, so I want to see this product details. I will put your products. Okay, and you can see the product details here. There are around many products, 20 products it is showing. Yeah, let me go back. This is V3. You can see V3. I don't want to go with V3. I would like to go to V2. Okay, it is not coming, so let me go back. Right. I'll change this to V2 here. Let me go back to V2. Okay, V3 is not, this doesn't support for us now in our application. Okay, so I have this. So I have this URL. So I will use this URL. Okay, to create the OData service, to utilize that OData service. Okay, so let me go back to this one, and I will create a new project. File, new project from template. Okay, I'll go to Fiori application. I'll go with the basic. Click next. Okay, previously we used to select data sources now, right? So now we'll see. We'll say connect to your OData service. Later we'll see connect to your system as well. Okay. Okay, so it is asking for the URL. So I have given this URL. Okay, let me ping you that as well. Let me click next. Okay, let me put it view one only, no problem. Okay, so I'll say here, do you want me to come back from this beginning?
After the template selection, yeah.
Okay. So previously we used to go for none, right? Okay, we can go for connect to a system, but so far we have not established the other things required to connect to a system, so we cannot use it. But we can use connect to OData service. Okay, so I have pasted that service URL, right? So we use that service. Okay, and you see V2 is V2. Let me click next. Let me say here Let it be view1, no problem. Here I will say table 1. Table table. I'll put it in the projects folder only. Let me use 1.96. Okay, and let me click finish. Close this. Let this be view be there. Okay. No problem. Okay. So it is creating, table is getting created. Okay, fine, table has been created. Okay, so you see table 1 is there. Okay. Now I have not used any model, especially I have created. Okay, so okay. So if you see, there is a folder called local service. Okay, and you can see metadata.xml. Okay, and whatever on the URL slash dollar metadata, right? That file gets here. Okay, you see different entities called category, customer demographic, customer, okay, employees, okay, order details, orders. We have so much list here. Okay, we'll try to utilize these products. Okay, and we'll try to print these details like product ID, product name, supplier ID, supplier. Okay, we'll try to print these details in a tabular format. Okay, so we have the structure. We know that the key is product ID. Fine, and if you scroll down, okay, we have the entity container. The entity container which defines the entity set, and each entity set will be holding the structure with related to that entity type. Okay, so the entity set will hold the data with the structure. Okay, fine. So see, we have created so many entities for this one. Okay, the system has given so many entities, and each entity can have a relationship with another entity. For example, okay, you have in the products we have suppliers and customers. So the products can have a relationship between the customer and the supplier as well. Okay. So once the relation is formed, this relation is formed with the help of primary keys. Okay. So with the help of the primary keys, we establish a relationship between the other entities. Okay. Here, that relationship is known as association. Okay. You can see association name FK product suppliers. So for every supplier, you can have multiple products assigned. Okay, it can have 0 supplier or 1 supplier that can relate to multiple products. Okay, the cardinality is also mentioned here. Okay, fine. So this is the one change you will be observing when you have a OData service. Okay, another change. Go to the manifest.json. What do you see? In the first section itself, about the application, you see the data source. And the OData service is automatically defined as a main service. Okay, fine. So if you go down to the third section of this manifest.json, that is sap.ui5, okay, you will see in under the models, you have that data source alias being utilized in the model as a default model. Got it? As a default model, you got this selected. Okay, so now our aim is to create the table and display the products information. Okay, so let me go to the view. Okay, let me create a table here. So I'll put ID equal to ID TB1 items equal to, I need to put a model. Okay. Since it is a default model, I don't need to give model alias arrow mark. I can simply bind it with the entity set. Okay. Previously, we used to go for the in the JSON, what is the identifier, right? For the entire collection. Here, the identifier of the entire collection is nothing but the entity set. Okay, if you go to the metadata.xml, okay, you see the entity set container. The container here is the entity set name for the products. So I'll copy this. Okay, and I will say slash products. This is good for me to get the entire list of the products. Okay, fine. So here we have columns, collection. Okay, in the columns we have column. I put ID equal to ID CL1. Yeah. I'll say product ID first. I need to display product ID. Yes, I'll put label ID equal to ID LB1. Okay. Text equal to product ID. Okay. Likewise, I'll say product name. Okay. So let me go to here, and the entity is product, right? So let me go here and search for add product entity. This one. Okay. So I put two columns, product and product name. Okay. I will display supply ID and the customer ID. You see your quantity per unit price. Okay, so I have built this table. Let me say.
Yeah, any options we have to do this dynamically? Like, I don't want to specify each and every column, right? Whatever is there in that products entity, entire column should come. So is there any way, or
No, we need to write manually because custom thing, right? So if you are using something called annotations based thing, CDS, okay, then it will automatically come. Okay, you can define that one, and or you can You don't need to write any piece of code. Okay, but since
Okay.
it's based, you need to write everything.
Okay. So it depends on the OData, right?
So it will come, but there is a data is not there. Because I'm not finding any data, right? Items are not put. Okay. Okay, you can see missing template for factory function aggregation items. So items is missing. Okay, so that's why it didn't come. Okay, so I have put columns. Let me put item slash items. Okay, finding this, we have column list item. Okay, in the column list items, we have called something called cells. Okay, in the cells, we need to define 6 data, 6 UI elements. Okay, text ID equal to ID tx1. Okay, then I will say here text equal to like copy paste it and paste it for 6 items one. And we change the IDs to 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I defined the model here. So since I didn't use the named model, it is a default model. Okay, so I don't need to use model alias. Okay, so I need to go here to the metadata. I have to copy this product ID, put it here. Product name. Control this. Okay, now let's see the output. Okay, now you see how much data it is coming. 77. Okay, you are getting, it has a data of 77 rows. Fine. Clear with this one? Can you repeat it from your side?
I lost something actually. This metadata XML you copied from the Northwind site, right?
No, I didn't copy the metadata Northwind. I used only the service that have been. It automatically creates that folder.
Oh.
Okay, I have not created this. It is created by the system.
I missed this one. Can you explain how this came up here?
It will automatically come up based on the service URL which we have used.
No, it is not there in my folder.
I think you have selected none then.
Okay.
The data source, when we use the template, okay, you use data source as none. Okay. In the project, we have used that, but I said that I want to use a OData service.
Right,
then
right.
we need to put that connective OData service. Then it will ask me the URL.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose if we created none, right? So now in my project, I need to add OData service. So can we add that, or we need to write the code?
You can add it. You can add it. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to go to the manifest.json. Okay, so you need to mention these details.
Oh, manually. Okay.
And
Oh,
okay,
okay.
but you see, you don't see the entire URL. Okay, this comes with this one. Okay, the data source has. But
There's no other way like we need to write with the wizard.
see, if we go with this one, okay, then we can write directly. Okay, we can write directly, but you can see that this service URL is missing. Okay, it might be in Wi-Fi.ml file. Yeah, you see the URL is here. Okay, in the Wi-Fi ML file, we need to change here. Okay, you can see the backend path is, it uses v2 and URL is http:/service.odata.org. That we need to write manually.
There is another way. If he has missed it, rather than coding it, there is another way also.
No, so if you initially use this one, it gets the URL as well. Okay. But if you want to use it, you can use it. You can directly use it in the manifest.json, giving the because previously it doesn't take the URL path here. Okay. In Web IDE, it doesn't take the complete URL. Okay. So they have modified it and they have made it possible to take the URLs as well. Okay. But in real scenario, we will not take it from the OData service of the external system. We will take it from our on-premise system. Okay, so when you take that on-premise system, you don't need to mention those things. Okay, you need to give that path. Okay, when OData services come into picture, I will tell you.
But still, I mean, the question is like if he has missed it now, so is there any other way rather than typing it here?
The way is to entirely use these ML files. You can see that in ML files it has been written. You need to add those things manually in each of the things, then only it will work.
What if we want to add another service?
You can add it, but you need to add it in all the things.
I just open this application info, Vijay, application info.
Previously in Web IDE, we have an option to add it for other things. Okay, but here we don't have that feature.
Just can I share my screen? 2 minutes I will take.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
It's application info.
Yeah.
Service models. Here you can add service.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
okay.
Like this as an add. Yeah. This will automatically add
build up everything.
Yeah, it will build. Okay, thanks. I didn't go into those features. Okay, so I was more into the old features things and
yeah. So Web IDE is very easy, but here they have hidden it.
Yes, you put Open Service Manager, right?
No, I went the other way. You just right click on that main project.
Okay.
Main project is your open application info. Just below preview application. Yeah, this one. So here we can do a number of things. We have a lot of options here. Okay, managed service. So that way also, that was also correct, which you used earlier, managed service models. From here also we can go to managed service models. This one.
Yeah, fine. So if you click add service, you can add the service. Okay. You can see destination. This was the previous things. If not, you need to give the host name, port name. Okay. Like this, we need to go. Okay. let me see, cancel. Let me click on edit. We'll see this one. Okay, let's see. The host a service URL. Okay, and this is a free service, so you can see the host name written. Okay, this without a host name, if you do it, will not work. So I'll click on cancel. Thanks. Okay, fine. So you can add external service like this as well. Okay, fine. That's good. Okay, so now let me view. Okay, this is the code which I have written. Let me increase the size. Okay, or let me copy paste this. Okay, do this work. Okay, so here if you come, if you see this one, I will do the same thing which we have done previously. We'll go to manifest.json. Okay, and click metadata. Okay. Let me go here to the view one. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of this. Okay. Here you can see the binding. Okay, let me put yellow. Okay, you can see the binding. Okay, okay. And then this one I'll paste it once again.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
So I'll put in a different color this one. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and here it is, this one. Okay. And let me point with blue. Entity container. Okay, fine. So that will help you for the binding. Okay, so just you can take anything. Okay, not only product, or you can bind with orders. Okay, you can bind with the order products. Okay, so order details. Okay, you can do any table. Okay, fine. Okay. Just create this simple table. Okay, and after that we'll discuss more into the tables. What can be done with the table? Okay, because we have seen the output. what can be done with the table. We have assigned only few rows. I want the entire details of the columns. How can I do that? Okay, we'll see what features can we achieve from this SAP.lm table. We'll see. Okay, just try it, and once it is done, let me know. I will give you 15 minutes to do this one. Okay, so let me know once you are done. We'll take forward.
For customer entity, we don't have any data.
Pardon me?
We have one entity called customer, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to display that.
Can
Yeah.
you share the screen? I will.
The first product details came, and below that I'm trying to add one more table, customer and company name.
Okay, fine. Can you show me the code?
Second table I created after this.
Customer. Okay, fine.
So I took this entity.
Okay.
And I'm trying to display these two things.
It should be there. Okay. To check the things, go to the service which I have pinged. Go take the service URL. Yeah, copy that. Ping it. Put it in the URL. Okay. Enter. Put $metadata, or put directly customers. Put directly customers. CSTYM. Customer. Yes. Yes, should be there. Go 1 minute. It should be C capital. Okay. And in the entity set, you might have written, just see once in the entity set.
Yeah, it came. Customer ID.
Okay, fine. Okay, come down to the entity container. Entity container. Still down.
We have some data here.
The data is there. Okay. So can you go to your code once? Can you go to your code? Okay. Do you identify the mistake?
You have to give the name.
In the line
Customer
43.
name.
Customer or customers?
Customers.
Yeah. Control S. Go to your code. That's why I said, right, in the figure also I have pointed it out, two figures. The one in the blue color. The binding should be done with the entity container, not with the. Fine.
Yeah. Thank you. So can we control this instead of displaying everything only 10 rows?
Yes, that's what I will tell you now.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine. So you can stop your screen sharing.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So I face this problem a lot, and I find it out by hit and trial. So if you go to any OData service, the first thing we need to do is I do is I type container. So here I have all the entity states, right?
Yes.
If I want to see a particular, let's say, regions, I want to go through regarding this one. If I do control F with regions, I get a lot of things, but not that entity.
Yeah, the entity is there. Just can you go to that entity container? Okay, regions, right? So what is the entity type you're getting? It is using region, not regions.
This is also, I just remove the S and find. I do it like this.
No, don't type with the entire search. You need to search with the region.
So I do it like this. Sorry.
Yeah.
But it did. Yeah.
Entity, not entity type, entity.
I think, let's see from here. Entity,
Yeah, entity
this?
type name equal to entity type name equal to entity type name equal to.
Oh,
You can
name
see
equal to name.
Yeah, you can see entity type name equal to region. Yeah.
Entity type name equal to, oh, there is no space in between. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to just let me container. Then we have to pick entity type from here
Yeah.
and remove everything before dot and just apply name.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here, okay, there is I want the alternative colors for my application. Okay. So for each row, the entire it should not be white. It should be some alternative colors like zebra. Okay. I can use a attribute called alternate row colors. By default, it is false. Okay, let me put true, and you will see the difference. Okay, by default, the table can show you up to 100 records, not more than that. Okay, so you can see now alternative colors. Okay, so by default, you will see here it has less number. So you can see the 77. Okay, but if you have more than 100, it will show 100 only. It will not show more than that. Okay, in order to get that, okay, so we have a feature. Okay, I want by default, okay, I want to use a growing feature. Okay, I will say there is a thing called growing. Okay, growing equal to true. Okay. If I put growing equal to true, okay, let's see what happens. How many records came? By default, it brings 20 records, and there are 77 records. Okay. Let me click F1, F12. Let me go to Network tab. Let me say clear this. Let me say more. Okay. If I click more, you will see 40 records. If you see here, okay, so go to the payload, you will see products skip 20, top 20. Okay, so that's why you can see here the data coming from 21. Product ID is coming from 21 and it will end with 40. Okay, fine. So let me say again, I have got 40 records. You see more. Okay, let me click more. You see there is another dollar batch. Okay, let me see payload. You see this one is coming, skip 40, skip the top 40 and bring the next top 20. Okay, so now if you see the preview, you will see that it starts from 41, okay, and it ends with 60. Okay, so if I click again more, okay, so you see that the payload skip 60, top 70, because total records are 77. So it put top 70. Okay, fine. So you got the data here, but how do you see the data? It's not looking good here. Okay, so I will copy this from line 10 to this till 286. Copy this. You have something feature called online JSON viewer. Select this JSON viewer. Select the first one of issues. Okay, so just Control V. Okay, and then click on this viewer, you will get how many records. Okay, what are the things that it has. Okay, if I click category, you have this order details. Okay, so that is what it is, because this products has a relationship with category, order details, and supplies. That's why you are getting these things. Okay, it has a association with category, association with order details, association with supply. Okay, so if I click this URL, you will get the product details of this one with that category. Okay, fine. Okay, so fine. I have these details. Okay, so let me close this. Okay, let me say reload, but I don't want 20 records by default. I want only 10 records to be displayed. Okay, so here I have another feature attribute called growing threshold. Okay, I'll put here 10. Control S. So instead of 20, now I will get 10 records. And you see 10 records. Instead of 20 now, it came 10. 20. So every time I need to click like this. It's a boring thing. Okay. So for this, I will use another attribute. There is something called growing scroll to load. Okay. So I will say here true. Okay. So you see, since the screen size is less, you will get first time like this. Okay. But since there are more records, you see scroll bar has come. Okay. Now you will observe that I'm not clicking more, but you can see the width of height of this scroll bar. It is getting smaller and smaller when I'm scrolling. That means whenever that limit reaches, the on scroll load will be triggered and it will trigger the next 10 records. Okay, I'm not clicking more. I'm just scrolling down such that when I use the scroll to load, it is featuring whenever the limit reaches, it is bringing the next 10 records for me. Okay, clear? Clear with this one? Growing threshold, growing scroll to load. Now my idea is I want a button in this column list item such that I want a button details. When I click on the button details, I need to get the details of the entire row. Okay, so how can we do that? Let me add a column. No, I don't need to add a label here. Let me, and I'll put a button here. Details. I'll say text equal to get details of the ID. Okay. And I will use the press event. Get product details. Fine. Let me see whether the button comes with the product ID. Fine, you see, I got the button. Okay. Fine, I need to click this one, and once I click this one, I need to get all the details of that particular row. Okay. So I can use this one. I will go to the view. I'll go to the controller. I'll use OE event here because I don't want to give you that this dot by ID, the table, all the things I don't want. Okay, so that's why I have used this. And I'll put in the debugging mode. I will explain you how to get the details. Okay, let me click F12. Fine, let me go to source. Let me go to the controller, view controller. Let me put a debugging point like that. Okay, so when you click this product, you get this. Okay, so here I'm going to use OE event. What does it show? It shows me O source and M parameters. In the M parameters, I have an ID, and in the O source, I have so many things. I have the model, okay. I have the M properties with the product details text of the button, okay. And you can see in the co-propagated listener, you see the binding context, or binding context that is undefined, it is showing. And in this one, you can see the binding context of the particular product. You see the S path. Okay, you see product one. Okay, I want the details of the product one. Okay, so I can say to get this one, I can use, and I will use it here, O event dot get source. Okay, so when I say O event dot get source, I got the details, but here, if you see here, it is in O source and this one, right? So I got the O source. In the O source, I have the binding context. I need to get that binding context. Dot get binding context. Okay. You see, it is a constructor. Okay. So in this one, if I say get path, okay, I will get the path of the first row. Okay, products is the entity set and ID of the first row. Okay, fine. I don't want the get path. I want the object of that one. I'll say get object. Okay, you see product ID, product name, quantity per unit, record cells, category ID, discounted. Okay, so you also got the categories as well. Okay, but okay, fine. So using this one, I can display, I can get the details of this one. So I will use here where obj equal to this, and I will use message box dot information. Okay. Product details. I will use the details here and I will say OBJ. Okay. For that, I need to use on the library. Okay. SAP/m/message box. Let me close this. Let me. Okay, so if we now click this product details, here you see the details of the particular product has come. Okay, so we have displayed only few, but you can see all the things. Yeah, if I click on product 5, all the things. Okay, I want to display product details of. Okay, so in order to do that, you can modify it by saying plus obj dot product ID.
So get object has returned the return in JSON format, right?
Yeah, in the JSON format. Because you can have the details in JSON format or HTML format or simple text. I think I didn't tell you at that time, right? In message box, I didn't tell you this, right?
Yes. So this is coming from message box, right?
Yeah, message box itself. It has a default feature.
Oh, so by simply mentioning the JSON object, it is
Yeah.
enlisting all the details.
Yes, you can
Great.
use this.
What is this for after get object?
Maybe type a mistake.
Okay.
You want this code?
Yes.
Copying you.
Could you please open the view one?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Not that one. XML. Yes. Okay, everything is fine.
Want this code. Let me copy this and paste.
Yeah, it's done, right?
Yeah, it's done.